Hi, I'm Sarah Wilder, and this is part 23 of Surviving the Man I Married. You've already heard part 23A and B. This is part 23C. This is the episode where it picks up after I've had the first EpiPen. I've been poisoned by Jim. I'm laying on my laundry room floor. I'm certain I'm dying. And out of the 5 previous times Jim has done this to me, this is the one time that I felt certain I was not going to make it. He had gone to search for a second EpiPen because after the first one, I saw no improvement. So that's where we're at. So, as my man Lurch comes back from his adventures around the house to find a second EpiPen, ignoring the 8 pens 8 feet from my head on the floor, he comes and looks at me laying there, all sad and pathetic in my filthy, strange little outpost in the laundry room, and has something in his hand. So I lay my head back down. I'm waiting for the telltale punch and sting of the EpiPen in my outer thigh. You could put it in the right outer thigh where I've already had one. You just have to put it a few inches away. So no right outer thigh, nothing. I feel him lean over my body. And when he's leaning over my body, he's close enough I could see his face. And when I turn and I look up into his face, he had this frantic expression, slightly deranged, and the telltale blank black eyes that I know every time Jim has transitioned into the cowboy. This is the cowboy leaning over my body. My blood ran cold in my veins. Um, I still at this point, don't know what he has in his hand. He didn't punch it into my right outer thigh, so I don't know what's happening. And then I feel a slight gentle pressure on the inside of my left thigh that's on the floor. And then I hear a faint clacking, and I could feel his arm going up and down. And this clack, clack, clack. And I don't understand what's happening. This is not what I expected. I don't know what has he done. And what's in his hand doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. And there's no sting, no needle, no nothing. And when he sits up, he has a practice EpiPen. It's gray and black and white with stickers all over it that say, for practice purposes only, no medicine. For practice purposes only, no medicine. Now listen, I throw those away. I've been using EpiPens for 9 years. Every time I go to the pharmacy to buy EpiPens, I right away take the practice one out and throw it away. Nobody needs it. It's unnecessary. So now I'm laying there on the floor. The first EpiPen didn't work. The second one is fake. At this point, my tongue was sticking out. My eyeballs were bulging. They weren't even tearing anymore. They couldn't even tear up anymore. My face felt just skin tight, like when you put the nitrile glove on your hands to do food prep. The skin on my face is very tight. My scalp is very tingly. My neck and my throat is quite swollen. I can feel that I can't nod at all. And just my heart is just absolutely pounding. I'm seeing stars. I'm literally seeing stars. The floor is moving kind of under. It's just I'm feeling very, very faint. So despite my afflicted body and my dimming brain, I knew what was happening. I knew at the core of my being, Jim was letting me die on that floor, on that filthy floor. Jim was letting me die. I couldn't let it happen. You know what? A little hate fire erupted inside of me, and it said, pray, girl, pray. So I did. Inside my head, I had an internal mantra. I said, Christian prayers to my deities. And I also said, I am of the light. You are of the dark. You cannot win. I repeated that over and over in varying versions. I am of the light. You are of the dark. You cannot win. With every insincere, flaccid tap of that practice EpiPen into my thigh, I repeated in my head, I am of the light, you are of the dark, you cannot win. He finally sat back, stood up, and left. I don't know where he went. He wasn't gone as long as the previous times. He came back just momentarily. He had that, he put it in his back pocket. So I was hoping he wasn't going to throw it away. The other thing I was hoping, this is a little morbid, but it's exactly what I thought. I was hoping he wasn't going around the corner into the living room to grab a couch pillow to put over my face and suffocate me. I really was. This is the cowboy, high pitched, huge black pupils, strange attitude, strange movement, strange behavior, even smelled different. The whole thing was charcoal gray fog. It was terrible. It was terrible. He came back and he asked me, "Do you need me to call for help?" Again, couldn't move. I just did. And so, shockingly, he got his phone out of his back pocket